I don't get it. There shouldn't be we shouldn't hold them for 20 days. I don't want to pay tax dollars to hold those people for 20 days. Hey, guess what? We caught you crossing the border illegally. Do you have any paperwork that says that you're supposed to be here legally? No? Okay, fine. Put them on the bus, ship them back to Mexico City, and tell Mexico, it's like, hey, we're sending you a bus full of people that came from your country illegally. They're going to be in Mexico City on Tuesday at 7 a.m. It's your problem. They were in your country. I don't know if they were there legally or not. That's for you to figure out. As far as I've figured out, they are not supposed to be in my country, so I'm sending them to you. Welcome back, everybody! As you can see, I'm wearing my Midway USA hat. The flies are out today, even though it's windy. Normally when it's windy like this, the flies ain't out. And then I also got my Oakley shirt on that I got from Midway USA. If you watch my other video, it's the one that wasn't as soft as the blue one, and even after I washed it, still not quite as soft. I got Batman turned out. I'm letting him burn off a little bit of energy before we go for our ride. And then I was watching this Fox News clip on YouTube. As I do's. A Fox News as I do's. And then this idiot is on here saying, oh, well, illegal immigration is racial because the only people that are captured at the border are brown. This dumb idiot right here.
He's absolutely correct about what BDS is and the danger that it poses. And I was happy that he highlighted how many Jews there are in the Democratic Party and their views on this. But to your point, David, about over-amplifying racial tensions in this country, the American people are not past it. And we have a president who plays in a very dirty racial paddling pool by telling women of color to go back from where they came from. And we can talk about Bill Maher, but let's not ignore what the president did, talking about dual loyalty, which is a classic anti-Semitic trope, something he should never have spoken about, calling himself, you know, the king of Israel.
Let us not ignore either the fact that we just had the head of DNC Communications, Ms. Hinojosa, bring an element of racism into a discussion of immigration that did not belong there. When she said, is it the color of the skin? Is that the reason why these people are being locked up in cages? I mean, that was so totally. Was it a question of the color of skin that led Jay Johnson to view immigrants in cages during the Obama administration? You don't have to bring this issue of racism where it doesn't belong. You don't.
If there are policies that are specifically targeting people, certain groups, we don't have a policy.
It's not targeting people of color. That's not the purpose of it.
What color are the people in those cages?
That's in crisis.
Okay, but legal immigration, visa overstays are the problem, not the people crossing the southern border. No, it's not. Statistically, it is not.
Guy, come back in here.
So, and she can't shut up and let other people talk. So I guess she would think that theft crimes are racial because most people locked up for theft are brown or black. I guess she thinks murder laws are racial because most people locked up for murder are brown or black. I guess she thinks carjacking laws are racial because most people locked up for carjacking are brown or black. Hey, just because a certain color of people commit crimes doesn't mean that those laws are racially motivated. You're not targeting white hillbillies when you enact domestic abuse laws. Everybody knows white people, they commit like hillbillies, rednecks especially. They drink their Bud Lights, they beat their wives, the wife calls the cops come out. That doesn't mean that it's racially motivated. It doesn't mean that whoever wrote the law that you're not allowed to beat up your spouse was like, well, I hate white people, so I'm just going to enact a law. It's the same thing. Illegal immigration is illegal immigration. You can't come here illegally. If we catch you and you're here illegally, we're going to deport you. And then she's crying about, well, the whole thing is like, they overstayed their visas. They overstayed their visas. Okay, fine. And when we catch them, we'll deport them. Unfortunately, for this idiot Jessica this retard can't understand because she's so emotional. She can't understand. These are people that we caught crossing the border illegally. So since they've committed a crime, we're going to detain them, and then we're going to process them, and then we're going to ship them back, which I don't even know why they process them. Just grab them and throw them back. You know, whenever you catch a fish that's too small, you don't like document it and be like, oh, in case I ever catch this little fish again, I'll know that that's the exact same little fish that was too small for me to catch the first time. Just throw them back over the border. I don't get it. There shouldn't be we shouldn't hold them for 20 days. I don't want to pay tax dollars to hold those people for 20 days. Hey, guess what? We caught you crossing the border illegally. Do you have any paperwork that says that you're supposed to be here legally? No? Okay, fine. Put them on the bus, ship them back to Mexico City, and tell Mexico, it's like, hey, we're sending you a bus full of people that came from your country illegally. They're going to be in Mexico City on Tuesday at 7 a.m. It's your problem. They were in your country. I don't know if they were there legally or not. That's for you to figure out. As far as I've figured out, they are not supposed to be in my country, so I'm sending them to you, whoever the current president is. So anyway, I saw this girl and she like set me off, and I'm like, how can anybody be that stupid to think that just because a majority of people breaking that law are a certain color that it's racist towards that color person? And who the fuck sees color anyway in criminals? What kind of idiot do you have to be to say, oh, well, since most of these criminals that are this color commit this crime, then it's racial to have that law because of that. That's the dumbest, stupidest ass. It's a good thing that she's cute because she's been getting by on her looks for way too long. Time for her to get a good smackdown. Probably why she's single too. If you're that cute and you're single, there's a problem with you, lady. You're an idiot. You're crazy. You're irrational. Nobody likes you. Well, thank y'all for watching my video. I'll chat with you later. Bye.